A passionate instigator and dynamic problem solver, Dr. Kevin Ross Emery, the host of the Dr. Kevin Radio Show, will be taking you outside the box, behind the curtain, and identifying the load of BS we are fed every day. And now, Dr. Kevin.
Hello, 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 and welcome to the Dr. Kevin Show, where we challenge everything and everyone here on OMTimes Radio, where we're changing the world. Take a deep breath now, wait for it. Get your mudras ready. One Om at a time. Hey, you, over there, I saw you. You did not have your mudras ready. Get those fingers in place. We're going to do it one more time. Where we're changing the world one Om at a time. That's better. You know, people these days, they just don't want to listen to you. So anyways, I have... I saw you. I heard you laugh. That laughter is none other than Matt Connarton. Matt Connarton Unleashed. Unbridled, undone, I don't know. You're unstoppable. Matt Unstoppable. From...
that doesn't quite roll off the tongue, but
well, you know, what do you want? Matt Connarton is the founder and head of IPM Nation, and has his own radio show and TV show, and called Matt Connarton Unleashed. Are they all called Matt Connarton Unleashed in some variation?
They are. You may recall back in the early days of DKRN, for a while I had Matt Connarton Unleashed and the Matt Connarton Show, but eventually we just killed the Matt Connarton Show and just made it all Unleashed. Because even on the Matt Connarton Show, I would still want to become Unleashed. You understand, Dr. Kevin? So now it's just all Unleashed.
All I want to know is, you killed the Matt Connarton Show, and I did not get invited to the funeral. I am highly insulted. My feelings are even hurt. How could
we decided. Yeah, we decided not to have a big service, but we just kind of let it die quietly. Because what we noticed was, we were continuing to build a following for Matt Connarton Unleashed. Whereas the Matt Connarton Show, nobody really seemed to give a crap about to begin with. So we just let it pass quietly, like a warm summer day, as Bad Company says in Shooting Star.
You just let it pass, like, silent gas at a party. Oh,
yes.
Anyway, sorry. Yeah. So we have some exciting news for this show. So for those of you who are joining us for the first time, because there may be first-timers, we know there are tons of you that return every week, especially on this Thursday, because this is Thirst Quenching Thursday. And on Thirst Quenching Thursday, Matthew Connarton and I had to quench your spiritual thirst, your intellectual thirst, your emotional thirst. The only thirst we will not quench is your physical thirst. That is yours. You must pour your own drink. So, Matt,
you're kind of on your own with that one.
I'm not paying your bar bill. Don't bring me the tab.
Fine.
Be that way.
Whatever. Okay.
Whatever. So, anyways, we have some exciting news before we move into our first topic, which is this is going to be the first Dr. Kevin show that we're going to accept call-ins. In the past, we've always asked people to come to facebook.com/MyDrKevin, MYDRKEVIN. And you can still do that, and you can still leave a comment on that. If you are listening to this as one of the replays, that's what you want to do. You want to go to facebook.com/MyDrKevin, MYDRKEVIN. Find the little Mamie thing that says IPM Nation, and that it's the
Uh-oh. Dr. Kevin, we're losing you. Hello? Oh, boy. I don't know if it's just me who can't hear Dr. Kevin, or Dr. Kevin, are you there? Dr. Kevin? This isn't good.
I got to redo that meme. I had a meme. You can leave a. We can get back to you. Try calling back in. Tell Matt to keep talking.
Okay, I'll keep talking. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Dr. Kevin Show. Dr. Kevin is, I assume, going to stand somewhere with his phone where he can continue to remain connected and we can all hear him. So let's see what's going on in the world. Well, we got this election thing coming up. It's going to be Hillary. Don't worry about it. Dr. Kevin, are you back?
Oh,
Dr. Kevin is.
Well, back.
I hear.
You hear me now?
I hear you. Yes, yes.
You hear me, Matt?
I can hear you. Yeah. Can you hear me?
I'm back.
You're back in the saddle?
I think I'm back in the saddle. Let me wiggle around a little bit. It feels like I'm saddled.
All right.
So we're going to try this again. This big announcement. Let's see. Let's make sure that the gods are kind to us.
Yes.
Yes. So we're going to try. We're going to be doing a call-in show now. And there's a number of people can call in on, and they can ask our questions and interact. Again, you can always go to facebook.com/MyDrKevin. You can always still leave a comment there, or you can call in and ask questions directly of my guest and myself. So, are you ready for that number, the listening audience?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Tell us the number, Dr. Kevin. Dr. Kevin, tell us the number. It is 202.
Oh, you do good impressions.
570-7057. We're going to say that again. 202-570-7057. That is the number. So that's the number you can call in. When I get a chance, I'm going to post it on the Facebook post, and I'm going to start including it so people know that they can call in, that they can be part of the conversation live. Again, facebook.com/MyDrKevin, MyDrKevin, if you are listening to this as a replay, or you can't call in or don't want to call in. So I'm really hoping that we have a call-in tonight. What do you think our chances are we'll have a call-in, since we've never been a call-in show before, Matt?
I'm going to put that at about 68.3%.
68.3.
Yep.
Okay, I want
That's
somebody to come here, and I want somebody to prove Matt should have gone for 99.99. Who is going to call in and make Matt have to say, I should have said 99.99? That's going to be your choice. So here on the call-in show. So, Matt, I got a lot going on my side of the world, so I'm going to start with your side of the world. What's going on? How's IPM Nation going? And you said Hillary's a done deal. And did I hear you say that?
Dr. Kevin, you're going to have to repeat that because you're cutting out again all of a sudden. Oh, boy. Did we lose him again? I hear something.
Done deal. Keeps.
Oh, there we go. I hear him.
Hey. Okay. So, Matt, you said Hillary's a sure thing. Is that what you said?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this election is already over. It's going to be Hillary.
You don't think
cutting it out.
has a chance?
There you are. Hello. What did you say? Does Trump have a chance? Hello? Yes. Trump has very little chance. You can't, yeah, I don't know if Dr. Kevin is talking right now or not. I can't hear him, but no, Trump has very little chance. You cannot win the White House without the Hispanic vote, the fastest growing demographic in the United States. And Republicans seem determined to not learn that lesson. So no, Trump will not win the election. He will not be president. Dr. Kevin, are you there? Dr. Kevin needs a landline. Yes. I hear something. Oh, boy.
Cutting in and out again.
Dr. Kevin sounds like he's underwater. Last week he was in a moving car. This week he's underwater. Dr. Kevin, are you taking a bath? Did you bring the phone into the tub with you? Will this week's show make it into the replay cycle? Come, skeptical that it will. Are we even... We might be in a break right now, for all I know. Can you hear me at all, Kevin? Hello? Oh, I hear the music. All right, everybody. Well, I'll be right back after the break, and perhaps Dr. Kevin will be here too. Stick around.
Conscious media for conscious minds. OMTimes. Have you ever wondered how to change your love paradigm? The secret key is finding a love partnership, not just a regular connection. How do you find these? Through conscious relationships. Ascending Hearts Dating is a dating site for people like you that believes in second chances and a different type of spiritual connection. Try Ascending Hearts for free today at ascendinghearts.com and change your love paradigm. Ascending Hearts, the premier dating community for the spiritually awake.
Looking for inspiration?
Want to be inspired?
Not sure where to go?
Find Mark and Kim every Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on Inspired Living.
Topics will elevate consciousness and range from metaphysics to the human and social experience and all things spiritual.
Welcome to an inspired community that offers support, encouragement, and new ways of thinking. You are the inspired and the inspiration.
There is no death, only a change of worlds. Chief Seattle. Deborah Livingston is an award-winning intuitive psychic medium whose international services include mediumship, spiritual assessment, animal communication, and spiritual mentoring. She is a published author and a trained shaman. Deborah provides evidential messages from spirit and departed loved ones. Learn more at deblivemedium.com. That's DEBLIV medium.com.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Buffett. How would you like to meet an endangered manatee? You can by joining Save the Manatee Club's Adopt the Manatee program. You can't take them home, but you can get to know your new manatee friend through the photo, biography, and information the club sends to you. And you can read updates on your manatee in the club newsletter. More importantly, your contribution goes to programs that are working to save manatees from extinction. It's easy to help. Call 1-800-432-JOIN.
Hello.
Dr. Oh, are you there?
Hello, and welcome back.
Dr. Kevin, you got to get out of the tub. You sound like you're underwater.
Kevin
I don't think it's safe having the phone in the tub.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, boy. Dr. Kevin, I can barely hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me?
You're kind of... You sound like you're underwater, literally. Oh, boy.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I don't know what to do here. Yes. So Trump...
we're ours, and I'm completely closing everything down and open it back up.
Kevin, are you there? I heard something. Okay, well, all right. So we'll wait for Dr. Kevin to reappear. But in the meantime, yes. Oh, there we go. Hey. Still there? And he's gone again.
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can barely hear you, Kevin. You're cutting in and out pretty bad.
Can we bring it down? Can we bring down the two lines and start all over again?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, and welcome back to OMTimes Radio, to the Dr. Kevin Show. In getting me back on the air, it seems like we may have lost Matt, but we're going to see if we can get Matt back. Again, we have now gone into a live call-in show, so if you're listening to this on a Thursday night between 6 and 7 Eastern Standard Time, this is our live show, and you can call in at 202-570-7057. You can also still go to facebook.com/mydrkevin, MYDRKEVIN. And if you do that, you can leave a comment. If you're listening to this as one of the replays, you can go listen to a comment, and we will still get back to you. We'll talk about what you said on the air, and we'll still share you with our guest when we go back to being live. I'm reaching out to Matt as we speak to get Matt Connarton back on the air, and let's see what happens. There he is.
Here I am.
Do I still sound like I'm underwater?
No. Wherever you're standing right now, don't move.
Don't move.
Stay in that exact spot, because right now you sound great.
I will be like a cow in the field chewing cud. I won't move. Is that what you told me? Okay.
Oh, that's the problem. You're out in the field. Why aren't you at home?
I was out in the field doing some good work. So
good. Chewing some cud.
So you were saying, I heard you say, because a lot of times I could hear what you were saying, but you couldn't hear what I was saying. So
right.
You said that Trump will never get the Latino vote, even though he just went to Mexico and kissed up to the president there. You don't think that helped?
Well, he can't do anything right. Yeah, he went to Mexico, but he came off looking like a jerk. He said later that day, oh yeah, they think they're not going to pay for the wall, but they will. They just don't know it yet. And meanwhile, I forget his name. The current president of Mexico says that they never even discussed the wall. Yeah, I mean, Trump but he's not trying to win. And more people are catching on to this. I've been saying it for a year. Trump has no interest in being president. This is a giant publicity stunt that just got away from him. He keeps surrounding himself with these media people like Steve Bannon from Breitbart that he's bringing into his inner circle. The end game here is he's going to have, after the election, he's going to launch Trump TV or something like that. That's the real end game. He doesn't want to be president. He's not even trying.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. At first, I was thinking, can this man really be that much of an idiot and breathe? I mean, it's like, let's have a checklist of people that we can offend. And let's go through our checklist of people we can offend. And if we, when we get to the bottom of the list, we'll go back and we'll offend some, we'll start offending them over again.
Yeah.
There isn't a time that he opens his mouth that some piece of trash doesn't fall out.
Right.
But I see it. But I see the stickers. Trump for president, 2016. I do have people that I have on my Facebook who I am horrified that they're like, yeah, I don't care, Trump's different, we need somebody different. There are some people that are so blinded by the Hillary hate on that, if Hitler ran for president, they'd vote just to say that they didn't vote for Hillary.
Sure. Well, I don't like Hillary either. I'm voting for, as you know, Gary Johnson, the Libertarian candidate. But I believe Hillary is going to win. Obviously, Gary Johnson has no actual chance. But Trump is supposed to be this great businessman, and yet here he is, trying to make the deal of his lifetime to win the presidency, and he doesn't look like he's even trying. And so I'm pretty sure it's because he doesn't want to win. And he's going to be, or is looking at, how to monetize this enormous following that he's built. I mean, he already had a following. He was already a mainstream celebrity in American pop culture, but he's looking how to take, these white nationalists, the alt-right is a new term that people are using now. He's looking at how to take all those people and monetize that. And I really believe there's going to be Trump TV or some sort of Trump media thing, maybe kind of like Glenn Beck has with The Blaze. It'll be something that follows that model, and he's going to have all these people on board. He's already been talking about how if he loses the election, it's only because it was rigged. So he's already making excuses for why he's going to lose before he's even lost. And it's all, he's a great showman. I'll give him that. He's a great showman. He knows how to manipulate the masses, and that's what he's doing. He's building a following, and then he's going to monetize that following beginning November 9th, right after the election. Guarantee it. That's the end game here.
Well, you maybe heard that here first. I don't know. Because probably if you've been listening to Matt Connarton Unleashed, you probably heard it over there. But if you happen to be a Dr. Kevin fan that just puts up with Matt once a month he's on my show, you heard it here first.
Yes.
Matt Connarton has called the election, and he is now willing to give you 5-3 odds that Hillary's going to win. And if you're a betting person, he'll take your bet. And if Hillary doesn't win, well, he'll tell us how Mexico is, because he'll never pay if he loses.
It's a good bet. Historically, presidential elections are very predictable, even very close elections. You usually know by the middle of August who's going to win, judging by the polls. Very few exceptions. 2000 was an exception because 2000 was crazy with Florida and the hanging chads and everything. But generally, whoever's polling consistently ahead by the middle of August, that's going to be who wins in November. It's a pretty safe bet.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try to start to slide this conversation in another direction.
Okay.
But before I do that, I just want to get a last, how are things going at IPM Nation? How are you doing? You guys are really expanding there. You're going for Entrepreneur of the Year. Tell me what's up.
Yeah, we just, we've added a lot of programming, and we have a lot of your content, as you know, on there. Of course, if you go on the site and you click listen, you can click Dr. Kevin channel, and we have, because you've been part of the IPM Nation family since nearly the beginning. You're an IPM original. So yeah, we continue to grow and expand, and all kinds of cool shows, a lot of political stuff, which of course is my favorite to listen to. And yeah, we just keep growing.
Now, yeah, and you've also expanded into television or internet TV.
Yep, we do have, well, of course, as we've had for a long time, we have our YouTube and our video channels, but we also have a 24/7 streaming television channel, IPM TV, which you can get to on the site. And it's still kind of in beta, so to speak, but we eventually, in the very near future, we're actually going to split it up. We're going to have a Dr. Kevin TV channel, as you know. And we're going to split it up into a few other channels. We're going to have a channel for music videos. And we're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff with that. So
now, you know those, but, you know, as people started moving to the cloud, but before the cloud, when the cloud was still kind of cloudy and people weren't there, they would get these things like, they were called notebooks or something, not the computer, but it like plugged in and you could store stuff on it. And it was like a terabyte or 10 terabytes and it looked like a little book or something. You know what I'm talking about?
you mean like an external hard drive?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like an external hard drive.
I hear the music.
We'll be right back in a moment here on the Dr. Kevin Show on Thirst Quenching Thursday.
The Real Conscious Connection. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM. The number one reason girls drop out of school in sub-Saharan Africa is lack of access to feminine hygiene products. The Pads for Schoolgirls Project, an outreach of Humanity Healing International, is changing this paradigm by setting up sewing programs at schools, teaching girls a vocational skill, while producing the reusable pads that help keep them attending classes. The girls pay it forward by making and giving pad kits to other girls in need. To learn more, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
Have you been searching for a perspective beyond the mainstream? Check it out. Join your hosts Cielito Pascual and Diana Gold Holland on Share International Radio for thought-provoking views behind the news, Sundays at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio. You can also find us at shareontheairradio.org. This may be the message of hope you've been waiting for.
Hi, this is Bill Maher. I can find humor in almost anything, but one thing I never laugh about is cruelty to animals. If you don't get the joke either, write People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, 501 Front Street, Norfolk, Virginia, 23510.
Hello, and welcome back to the Dr. Kevin Show, where we challenge everything and everyone here on OMTimes Radio, where we're changing the world. Get your mudras ready, one Om at a time. So how am I sounding, Matthew?
You sound great. I assume you haven't moved. You're still like that cow chewing cud, right? You're in the same spot?
And this drives me crazy. I am in the same spot. I was thinking of
Good.
trying to move on break. Because sitting in the spot, I go from 1 bar to 4 bars to 2 bars to 1 bar to 3 bars to 1 bar to 1 bar to 4 bars, and I have not moved.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't know what to tell you. Hopefully, even at 1 bar, it is going to be enough to keep us going. So let's move from fat heads to fat bodies.
Oh, you calling me fat? How dare you?
No.
I am carrying a few extra pounds. It's okay. I can take it.
Well, I don't know if you've been watching what's been going on with me on Facebook, but I'm getting very close to the end of a 30-day challenge.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yep, on August 8th, it started on Web of Light TV show.
Yeah.
What I did is when I was in Phoenix, and this is partially your fault, just so you know.
Oh.
You came over to my house before I left. We were looking at all that video footage.
Yes.
And I'm going to digress for a second. We were talking about those like external hard drive type things where you could get like, you could buy one and you could do 1 or 2 or 3 terabytes of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I found 3 of them that I think that are full of videos that showed up in one of my things from Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
Sure. I haven't had a chance to plug them in, but I know at one point we had so much video footage that we were buying those and putting them on there because we didn't want to throw it away. We wanted to have it. So you and I may be having another video party.
Huh. Wow.
I may have another 50 or 60 hours of video for you.
Wow. Okay. For the just to clarify for the listeners, it's for the Dr. Kevin TV channel that we're going to launch on IPMNation.com. For anyone who's wondering why you're giving me footage, it's not because we're in the porn industry or something. There's a reason for this.
How's that song go? The internet is for porn. The internet is for porn. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Avenue Q. So
I was going to ask you if that's what that was from.
Yep, Avenue Q.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the next line because, I'm kind of liking this fact of we could have a call-in show here, and and from that perspective, I don't want to say anything that's going to get me thrown off OMTimes. So I won't say the next.
Yeah, we don't need to work blue.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm gonna have to go through all that footage, and if it looks like there's a lot of stuff on it, I'm gonna get you to come over, and we're gonna go through it again. So,
okay.
I'm in Phoenix. We go through some of the footage, and I look and I go, okay, I have got to get back to the weight I was at the opening of the Wade Chi Center, because we had footage.
Yeah.
You were there for that, and I felt really good, and I wasn't, I was like, I just need to do this. And then I was looking for some pictures to do some memes with Dr. Kevin through the years, because people get a kick out of how different I look. And I can tell when I go from looking like a athletic dolphin to a beached whale just by the face pictures.
Yeah.
I start to have this little urge, like I should be, singing on the Chipmunk Christmas album or something. And so anyways, I'm upstairs at my friend's house in Phoenix. We watched the videos a few days earlier. It's stuck in my brain. I'm doing the thing. It's stuck in my brain. I said, okay, Spirit, I'm done. I'm in a very happy relationship. I just moved into a brand new place that I love. My business is going really well. I'm expanding into areas I've always wanted to. Everything is going great. It's time to get rid of this weight. There are 2 things that I am looking to manifest. I want the weight to go down, and I want my residual income to go up. Because I've got a lot of creative projects going on in my head, and they don't always immediately manifest money.
Right.
So I'm like, this is what I want to do. I'm putting it out, Spirit. Here's my commitment. You show me the way. I will take it. Weight down, residual income up. So it is. Blessed be. Make it happen. Make it so. Whatever. Little Jean-Luc Picard there. Never hurts.
That's right.
Hey, make it so, number 1. I get up from my chair. I walk downstairs. The friends I'm staying with, one of them shows up and says to me, this is not even 5 minutes later. I literally sent it to the universe, got up, walked downstairs, sat down. This guy that I'm staying with, a friend of mine, walks up to me and goes, I know you can't be happy with the extra weight you're having on your body. And I know it's not good for your heart. And he goes, and I would like you to consider doing this 30-day challenge that I did that both works as a cleanse and as a fat burner. And I said, done, I'll do it. And he goes, would you like to know about it? I said, I want to know all about it, but I'm going to do it. Because less than 5 minutes before, I said, Spirit, you show me the way, I will do it.
Right.
No, I don't live in a world of accidents or coincidences. I manifested this. So I started it on August 8th. I did all my measurements. I measured all my inches, my belly button, my diaphragm, how big was my right toe and my left kneecap. Because there was a whole sheet that came with the cleanse program to do all these measurements, to do your weight. You do 2 shake days. So I do a shake for breakfast, a shake for lunch, and I do 400 to 600 calories for dinner. And I get a mid-morning snack and a mid-afternoon snack. So on shake days, I'm never hungry. I'm getting plenty in, feel good. And I'm a big shake fan because I don't know about you, but when I'm in mode on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm at my house and I'm cranking a lot of stuff through and getting a lot of stuff done, and and my head's in 1,000 different directions, I don't always like to stop and take time and make a big lunch or make a big breakfast.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, of course, yeah. You don't want to slow down that momentum that you have. So it's I don't cook anyway. I'll usually just slap together a sandwich or something. But no, I can totally relate to what you're saying. Absolutely.
5 minutes, the blender, 2 scoops of butter, some water, tastes good, comes in 8 flavors. I drink it. I'm a happy camper.
Right.
So anyway, I started that, and then there's a cleanse day. Once every week, you do a cleanse day, and you're drinking cleanse juice all day, and you do food. Now, you've known me for a long time, and you've seen me do some cleanses in the past, and you've seen me lose weight in the past, and you've seen me gain weight.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, okay, I got to do this different. So I started by doing journaling every morning and every night. I would draw a card, a rune, an animal card, something. But I committed to spiritual practices twice a day. Because I said, when you lose weight, first of all, toxicities come out of your fat tissue, but so do all the emotions and unresolved issues that you were storing there.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to process them through. So I'm like, I'm going to write, and I'm going to journal, and I'm going to do this stuff, and I'm going to do this right. And I'm looking at the maintenance plan, and I'm like, once I go off the 30-day challenge, I can still, Monday through Friday, I can still do 1 or 2 shakes a day if I want. Because on busy days, they work for me.
Right.
And so anyways, that's my story. I started it on August 8th. I'm on day 25.
Mm-hmm.
And I've lost 17, 18 pounds.
Wow, that's good.
And I've lost about 30 inches. 7 of those inches were from around my waist.
Wow. That's great then. You're doing really well with it.
Yeah, I was hoping to do better. I had a higher goal because in the past when I've done stuff like this, I've done some radical stuff. I did the HCG and I did the, high protein and you lose a lot of it, but then it comes back because you can't possibly keep doing what you were doing that made you lose the weight.
Right. You have a target weight that you're trying to get to?
Yeah, I have a target weight I'm trying to get to. Right now, I would be happy if I lost between 25 and 30 more pounds. If I lost 30 more pounds, I would be 5 pounds lighter than I was when I was at the Weight Chi Center opening with you.
Okay.
And I don't know if you remember, I was looking pretty good, feeling pretty good, pretty happy.
Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, that was probably the best shape you've been in since I've known you. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and it was and I did the HCG for that. I lost like friggin' 80 pounds on the HCG. But
wow. Over how long? How long a period of time to lose that 80?
I lost 80 pounds 3 months.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Because one thing that people don't always consider, and you're obviously being very careful about what you're doing and putting a lot of thought into it. Not everyone does. Some people try to just lose as much weight as they can as quickly as they can, and it's not, without realizing that it's not necessarily healthy to lose weight too quickly. And, that you want to make sure that you're being safe about it. But, I mean, that sounds like a significant amount of weight to lose in a relatively short time, but it doesn't sound unsafe what you're doing, so that's good.
Yeah, what I'm doing is not unsafe, and it has a cleansing aspect. The company's been around for like 14 years. I feel good about it. I've been doing little mini videos. So if anybody that follows me on Facebook, if they go to weboflight.com, or they're part of my YouTube channel, which is my Dr. Kevin, MYDRKEVIN. I have a whole YouTube channel that it's just as nothing but that's got my Web of Light TV shows on it, but it's also got my challenges. So every 7 days. So I'm coming up to the close of that. It's been an interesting experience. I'm definitely going to stay on at least 1 to 2 shakes a day, depending on the day. May do another round of cleansing. But today I was at a friend's house, and I went and I walked the dog, and for the first time in over a year, I actually jogged while I walked the dog.
Oh, no kidding.
I wasn't jogging I wasn't breaking any records. And we'll be right back here on the Dr. Kevin Show on OMTimes.
Feed your soul with waves of consciousness on OMTimes Radio. Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community.
Eros Evolution is where sexuality and spirituality meets. Join me, clinical sexologist Martha Tara Lee, on Eros Evolution on Thursdays, 4 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio.
Hi, this is Carly Simon for LifeBeat. The music industry fights AIDS. The AIDS crisis isn't over. There have been amazing scientific breakthroughs, but people are still dying, and your local AIDS organization needs your help more now than ever. Volunteer and make a difference.
Hello, and welcome back to Thirst Quenching Thursday, the first Thursday of every month here on the Dr. Kevin Show, where we challenge everything and everyone. And on Thirst Quenching Thursday, we have none other than Matt Connarton from IPM Nation. Matt, hello, are you there?
I sure am. That was a quick break, huh?
Yeah, well,
kind of threw me off. I put down the phone. I was like, but I could still hear it. I was like, oh my God, that break's already over.
So we were talking about this process.
Yeah.
And when I went through it, and I felt good about it, and I felt like, I really felt like I was ready to be done with it once and for all.
Yeah.
That I'm really, really ready to be done with it.
Right.
And so, it was a good feeling. It's a good feeling. We'll see. I am going to go back and be eating more paleo like I was before, which I kind of got away from when I was traveling a lot.
Yeah.
That I was doing gluten-free, but I wasn't doing paleo. I was trying to do as healthy as possible.
So when you say paleo, I mean, for those who don't know, I mean, I know what the paleo diet is, but you should probably clarify for those who don't know, what is that? What do you mean by that?
Well, paleo refers to back the Paleolithic age. Basically, it's a diet based on the fact that, 10,000 years ago, before we got all tied up in grains and agriculture and all of these other different things, one of the things that happened was, we didn't have the diseases that we had today.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have the stuff going on that we had today. They found this woman from, 20,000 years ago, frozen in a glacier, and they could tell that she was in her 50s, and being in her 50s, she had no cavities, she had no evidence of heart disease, there was no artery disease, there was no anything.
Yeah.
And, basically, there's a lot of things that we eat today that before we became agrarian, diseases, there were just diseases that just didn't exist. And
right.
The diseases that make us old. So a paleo diet is heavy in game meat, fresh meat, cage-free poultry, line-caught fish, grass-fed beef, elk, moose. So you eat good, high-quality meats that are not filled with shots full of stuff.
Yeah.
Fruits and vegetables that you want to have organic, if at all possible, clean, and you do some nuts. But you skip the dairy and you skip all the grains because, there's no such thing as a grain that doesn't create inflammation. But one of the things is that inflammation, gluten grains create a lot of inflammation in our body. And so a lot of people are running around because they eat that sandwich. They eat the stuff that's easy. They eat, there's a lot of stuff people don't even realize have gluten in it. That's crazy. That doesn't need to have gluten in it.
Right.
Because it gives a feeling of more or whatever. And gluten and yeast, you could actually, it's more common with women than men, but you get yeast infections, but you could also crave it. There's an addictive quality to it. If you go on a really strict cleanse and you take all the gluten and all the stuff out of your diet, it's not uncommon to go through a thing where you actually taste bready taste in your mouth. And
really? That's interesting.
It. Yeah. Because it calls to itself.
Yeah.
White sugars do the same thing.
Yeah. I've read that.
So part of it is everything in moderation. And, there are a few exceptions for that for me for health reasons, but everything in moderation. And I've just decided that the life that I want to live requires me to be healthier and lighter and have higher energy. Because you know what a slug I am, Matthew.
Now, obviously, too, because this is something I discussed with my my hypnosis clients, but obviously you remember vividly what it was like when you were lighter and healthier. So that, obviously helps you in terms of motivation to get back to that, because that, if you can vividly recall what it was like to feel that way before, then that helps you to get back to that.
Yeah, and I've worn that poor little tape you did for me toothless.
Oh, yeah.
I've listened to it so many times, and I keep on thinking I need you to, update it at some point for me.
Yeah. Well, you should come back on the show. We'll do another one.
Hey, absolutely. I need to come back on the show. Would love to come back on the show. When is the times for the show?
So the television edition of Matt Connarton Unleashed is Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can watch that on IPM Nation at ipmnation.com/MCUTV. And, of course, we have the radio edition of Unleashed, which is 5 nights a week, Monday through Friday, live at 11 p.m. Eastern on IPM Nation 1. I'm sorry, no, IPM Nation 2. We have more than one channel. IPM Nation 2 on IPMNation.com.
So, yeah, I need to come back on the TV show on Thursday night at 7. Tuesday night at 7. Yeah, I have to find a Tuesday I can make that work, which is not going to be a whole lot of Tuesdays that I can make that work, because Tuesday is Jeff's and my spiritual date night starting again this fall, because we're going to an educational series at the UU Church, and it's every Tuesday night with some exceptions. So I'm going to have to look at the schedule, see what the exceptions are, or one that I go, yeah, that particular one is not calling me, and then maybe I'll call you and say, hey, when I figure it out, I'm going to shoot over and be a guest.
Sure.
So what are you doing the 18th of September?
18th of December?
September.
September. I don't know why.
Well, I want you to check your calendar and get back to me. I am at an expo in Manchester, New Hampshire. Anybody that's interested in meeting me in person, anybody that wants to come in and get an intuitive session. Matt's had a reading from me. Matt, do I get thumbs up, thumbs down? Do I have to slap you? What's the story?
Oh, absolutely. No, it was great. Yeah. What? Hello? What did you say?
I said, take a second and rave about me. Tell them how fabulous I am.
Oh, yes. You are fabulous. Absolutely.
Yeah. But so if people go to the expo is in Manchester. It's at the Executive Center. Angie, it's one of Angie D'Anjou, who we both know's thing. I don't have the information, but I'm gonna post it on my Facebook, facebook.com/MyDrKevin. I am speaking on it about creating your spiritual path, and I didn't know if you wanted to come create some more footage for the Dr. Kevin channel that day.
Oh, what day of the week is that?
A Sunday. It's an expo.
It's a Sunday?
Yeah, see if you can get permission to miss church.
Yeah, that should work. I'll confirm with you off air, but yeah, that should work.
Yeah, I mean, Angie's having one of her Angie shows, and it's a larger one. I know you're going to come to our Web of Light show on Earth Day weekend because I reserved you way ahead. You were like, I don't even have the 2017 calendar yet.
I haven't gotten a 2017 calendar yet, but no, I'm looking at I found my book. I'm old school. I still use a planner. I'm clear on September 18th. So sounds good.
Yeah. We'll do some stuff. But to you, the listening audience, come on over. Maybe Matt and I'll even do a Periscope or something while I'm there, and come over and get a reading and check out the expo. And you can go to, actually, if you go to weboflight.com, weboflight.com, you can go to my calendar, my events, and there's a place you can click, and all the information is there. I just remembered that. I'm so good. See how good I am? Come and, get a reading, get a session, and see how that is. But yeah, come, tape me, maybe tape a few other speakers, and we'll get them to sign off, and we can get them all on the Dr. Kevin and Friends channel.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. Absolutely.
Hey, I'm out there pimping content for you.
That's good.
Hey,
very good.
I'm just gonna do it, right? All right.
That's right.
So we've only got a couple more minutes, but why do you think America is so obese? I know we started today talking about fat heads running for president. We moved into fat bodies trying to get thinner. But America has got the most obese children in the world, the most obese adults in the world, the highest percentage of diabetes in the world due to weight issues, other health issues. I mean, we rave But we've got the best medical system in the world, but we need it, or there'd be no Americans left. They'd all be dead because they're all so sick. So
yeah.
Why do you think America is so obese?
I think a big part of it is, most kids, as soon as they, practically from the moment they shoot out of the womb, everybody's trying to stuff them with as much candy and junk food as possible. That, and two, I think we're kind of a sedentary society. People just kind of sitting around too much, and then there's other factors too. But I hear the music, so we're out of time.
We're out of time. Thank you, Matt, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Dr. Kevin.